So in February 2021, the Mavericks did face some criticism for not playing the national anthem before every single game. Now this went on for about 3 months unnoticed until fans were finally allowed to attend the games in person for the first time that season, and they actually unleashed their thoughts. Because of course, everyone's got something to say. From talk shows, to analysts, to that guy Paul that believes you should eat your pizza upside down to savor the flavor. The backlash was substantial, despite popular forums all agreeing that they didn't even see the point and were glad for the anthem to be gone. But when the NBA saw the negative press and attack on their good old bank account, they decided that on the 10th of February that all teams are required to play the national anthem before each and every single game to coincide with long-standing league policy. So Mark Cuban, you know what he did? He went back to playing the national anthem before every single game. But he did go out swinging by mentioning that he and the commissioner had agreed that the Mavericks could carry out their pre-game however they wanted, due to the unique circumstances of the quarantine season, and he actually saw no reason why this couldn't continue when the fans returned, as he did feel that the national anthem did not represent everybody and would rather have a conversation on what will unite the country and do that instead. And to add on to that, apparently Mark annoyed the most honourable community there is online, Twitter, by mentioning that if you are actually going to go complain, why do you go complain to your boss? Because do you play it before you start work? I think not. So, was this decision correct? Should the NBA be playing the national anthem before every single game? And should the Mavericks have taken it further by introducing a tea and a biscuit break into the pregame? Well, I mean, you could argue that this is a tradition before the start of the NBA, which is true, and probably the most viable argument you could have, as playing the national anthem before the games was actually popularized during World War II to unite everyone through patriotism, and then that carried on through to the start of the NBA when the BAA and the NBL merged in 1949. But then again, you could say that it has been 70 years and traditions do change. And since I'm not American, I mean, it would be a bit unfair for me to sum up how impactful this tradition is. But if you're going to ask me about a Sunday roast dinner or queuing, and I'll give you the correct opinion on that, boy. However, to be fair, this only seems to apply to America, since countries in Europe will only play the national anthem then when the international sides are competing, and not during regular league games. Even in global sporting events such as the Olympics, the national anthem is shortened to 80 seconds and only played when the country receives a gold medal, and during the host country's opening ceremony. This then leads on to the common theme that basketball was invented in America, since James Naismith invented it in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1891. But he was Canadian, and he didn't actually become an American citizen until 1925. It's like this: if you were working abroad and you invented something that was widely used, which country does it belong to? Because a great example of this is Alexander Graham Bell, who was famous for, of course, inventing the telephone. But he was born Scottish, says he invented the telephone in Canada, but got it patented in America. So which country could lay claim to the invention of what is the basis for what everyone has today? But ignoring all of that, you could just say that the anthem represents where the team is located, as all Toronto Raptors games will also play the Canadian national anthem, despite not one single player on the team being Canadian. So really, it looks like the national anthem is representing the organisation and not the players. And come on, nothing screams patriotism than appreciating billion-dollar organisations. To be fair though, it could represent the fans, though despite the NBA becoming popular globally, which would then alienate a good portion of your fan base to the anthem. But hey, fans who attend in the arena, they use the national anthem to get food before the game starts, so who's to say? All in all, this is a pretty weak argument. But finally, you could then say, aha, the NBA consists of mainly American players, so the national anthem is still needed to represent those playing. But the NBA is more diverse than you think. Biasati was the first ever international player in the NBA, and he was drafted in the BAA before the NBA even started. Now, while the proportion was heavily American, and I mean heavily, this all changed in 1992 when the Olympics allowed NBA players to compete, which of course led to the famous Dream Team and a steady increase in international players since then. But what about today? Well, when the controversy of the century started, the official NBA website showed 23% of players in the NBA who do not get to be patriotic and have their anthem played before every game. But looking further into the data shows that there are 4 teams with at least 33% of their players international, 12 teams above 25%, 17 teams above 20%, 26 teams above 15%, and 30 teams above 10%. So it's not like one team has no international players. Just look at the Wizards, who have 44.44% of their team international, or some of the league's star players being foreign, and the argument for representing the players becomes more difficult from an outside perspective. So that's the main argument surrounding the national anthem playing before every game, and personally, just leave it out, start the games on time. But then again, I'm not American, and I'm mostly asleep when the games are being played. So just let me know your insight on why I'm obviously wrong, because of course I am. But if it were up to me, this would be played before every single game.